Howdy y'all, it's your boy Q, and today we are going to be comparing a JCM800 and a Valve State VS100. I personally feel they are more similar than they are different. Let's get to it.
If you made it this far, welcome to the Q Show. Gonna learn a thing, it's probably in the title.
Alright, so here's the story, rather. Alright, here's the situation. I acquired one of these recently because I'm into solid state amps and it was part of the set, and then a client brought this in to work on, so I could not help but compare them. I think you may be surprised with how they compare. First things first, I am not doing any clean tones. They're Marshalls. No one is getting a Marshall for its clean tone. If you are, I'm sorry, but I can tell you that they both are very clean. So let's compare. The legend, the JCM800. All right, cool. So that was one. Let's move on to the next. Let me reveal the all the details just to keep this fair. The client who brought this Marshall in did not want to completely restore it, so the preamp tubes on it are pretty old, but a lot of the clipping from this comes from diodes and stuff, so I still feel like we're getting a reasonable comparison here, although I did do a complete restoration on the Valve State. Now that we're past that, let's check out the rest of the tones. This also has two channels. It's got the Overdrive 1, Overdrive 2. Overdrive 1, I think, is kind of this land. 2, with the contour knob, which you might have noticed in an MG, if you're my age, that was the amp you had access to. It kind of gives you like the, call it like old school, new school type knob. I feel like what's cool about it is it lets you dial in that perfect in between, and that's going to depend on your guitar and speaker combo, so having that knob is super cool. Anyway, let's get to the distortion, starting with gain 1. All right, that's one. Let's move on to Overdrive 2. All right, so it's an amp, it's a guitar, and there we have it. What did you think? I personally prefer the Valve State. It's a little tighter. I know that fresh preamp tubes in this would make a difference. I would imagine a sizable one even, but to me, the bottom line is it's just not that big a difference. Just happy to get the info out there. You can find these all day. They're getting more expensive these days, but you can still find them like 300, 500 in a bad day. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the Q Show. Show.